I'm gonna go on to the next segment, and here it is. Immigrants detained by ICE say they were punished for requesting COVID-19 tests.
Someday, the United States is going to get the blowback from how we've treated people. And the thing is, we got to be better than this. And the way we treat people, there's going to be a day, and I don't know if things get fundamentally worse here, where the United States is going to be asking for aid from the international community. And just the way we treat people, like, be nice, be kind. I mean, if it's that too impossible, then we will be dealing with this blowback. I mean, these cages that are south of the border were created under the Obama administration, and no one ever once raised hell about it, only until when Trump got into office. Now Biden's in, I'm noticing nothing but crickets again.
Well, one thing that jumped out to me from that article was what they considered cleaning supplies for the inmates, is that they gave them a toothbrush, toothpaste, and I think it was like a little squirt tube of body wash. And that was the cleaning supplies that it was considered. It's shocking. You talk about things like hand sanitizer. Oh, and one mask for 3 weeks.
You talk about begging for aid. I mean, at this point, we might even be begging to be invaded, because if any other country out there were doing these civil rights abuses the way we are, these human rights violations the way we are, I mean, we would be down their throats in a heartbeat. So, it's like we have I don't know. I read this article and I just felt kind of defeated, because we have no way to do anything about this. We can't just through executive order abolish ICE, even though we know Biden wouldn't do it anyway. It has to make it through Congress. We know that's not going to happen. So what is our recourse here? These people are suffering such terrible abuse, and there's it feels like there's nothing we can do about it. It's very sad to read about. But we need to be informed,
They were locked in. They were locked 23 hours in July, when the average degree is like 91, 92 degres a day.
23 hours a day for weeks at a time.
I should also point out, too, that it's not only just immigrants that are dealing with this from the treatment of ICE, but also U.S. prisons where there are American citizens. We've heard reports about prisons running rampant with COVID-19 and the prisoners not given the proper safety and sanitation equipment to keep them safe as well. So this is an ongoing problem, and people wonder why the outbreak of the virus is still getting out of control. And it's madness. It's man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, and the article touched on that, and both of them. And I found it extra cruel that for the people that actually have they get enough courage to say something to the man, like, look, we don't want to die here, give us a test. They put you in solitary confinement as a punishment for actually trying to be human, man, trying to live. And that's just discouraging and ridiculous, man. And, and the other thing is, like, they grab somebody from, New York or Michigan, take them all the way to Alabama. And then when they have to release them, they just leave them in front of the front door. And it's like, yeah, go ahead, make your way back. And they don't, how? You took me here, you brought me here. They gave him like $100. His phone was bad, and he had a mask that was weeks old, even though he was already tested positive for COVID-19. It's just, ridiculous the way they treat people.
Yeah, the United States, man. The United States is the only country, like, out there, major country in the world, that the color of your skin or the language that you speak or how you sound basically is how you get treated.
Totally agree.
There was a link in that article to another article that said burials are cheaper than deportations. So that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, a good thing, one last point real quick. I know somebody mentioned in the chat, it's like, yeah, like a lot of people act like ICE been around for so long. Like, ICE it's like, what, 17 years old? Like, this agency was created with, I think it was right after 9/11 and stuff. But they, what I'm saying is, like, they don't need to exist. Like, I don't understand what people's big issue is with abolishing ICE. It's like they act like this agency been around for like 100 years. Or they really do some good cause.
Yeah, I still can't help but think of a story we covered in 2018 where the Gary, Indiana, Chicago International Airport, where three buses would come and just, let out immigrants who are here illegally for crimes, nonviolent crimes, chained up like animals, where they had to crawl up to the steps of the airplane. It's just more human indignity. We're seeing more of this abuse, and it's rather sad just how this is allowed to happen in a democratic society. We should be better. We should not be treating people like this because, again, I just can't help but think of the old tales where, you know, how you treat someone is how they'll treat you. And I dread to think about the price that we have to pay for our treatment of innocent people. When really, I think a lot of Americans can agree, no one should be treated like this. No one.
Yep. All right. So let us know in the comments below what you think. Like and subscribe.